Well, well. Dr. Bryant, say your first name.
Jaquitra.
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 Yeah. Not as hard, but yeah, Jaquitra. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Bryant, you are running for mayor here in the city. And I'm glad that we're sitting down because I typically do not do the politics thing. Yeah. I'm going to lie to you, Dr. Bryant. This is my first year of content creating, ever covering anything politics. And I've been doing this for 10 years and have never done anything politics. But the people have spoken, and I think it's only right that you come on the show. So I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what I thought was interesting, and we talked about it a little bit before the camera started rolling, is that, to my knowledge, now some people may do some research and I don't know anything about it, but to my knowledge, you're the first Black woman in the city of Columbus to ever run for mayor.
Yes.
Did you know that when you were like?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how are you? You're not from Columbus.
No.
Where are you from?
Originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but moved from Atlanta.
Okay. And so what brought you to Columbus?
Yeah, so I was brought here to work as a military family life counselor. So I was over 2 elementary schools in Fort Mitchell. So not military, but I'm pretty much a rebel. So that was like really unique. So they helped me at the elementary school levels.
Okay. And so how long in total have you been in Columbus?
7 years.
7 years. Yeah. You like
Magic
it?
Magic number.
You like Columbus though?
I do.
Okay, well,
I've seen some changes, but like when I first moved here, from now it is different. But I'm hoping to get that feel back.
And I wonder, because I've asked every candidate this, even people who are serving in city council, I wonder what was missing from this town that you felt like you had to add your voice into it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a really good question. Yeah. So I can answer that in kind of 2 parts. Mm-hmm. So what attracted me here is the same thing that's fading. So like not the job atmosphere part but like the community. So I often tell the story that my son and I would see everyone twice.
How's your son?
He's 18.
Yeah,
so he
18.
moved here at 10.
Oh, wow, he's a teenager.
Yeah, 10 and a half he moved here.
Wow.
So he's now a senior.
Okay.
So when we first moved here, we literally were running to people twice. Now, coming from Atlanta, that is amazing. Okay. Because you don't run into people more than one time in Atlanta. You just it's just a lot of traffic.
Right,
so
right.
The fact that we would see somebody at Publix and also see them downtown having coffee, and they would wave and they would remember us, we were just like, oh my goodness, like, where are we?
And what was that about? Like, what do you think that was for people here?
It felt really centered, like really home. It felt like you knew your neighbor. And so growing up in Birmingham, Alabama, I grew up in a neighborhood that had like presidents. Like, so a president in our neighborhood. Something I want to bring to Columbus is a president for every neighborhood.
A president?
Well, a president for every. It was like a neighborhood president. And
really?
And they still to this day have them. They have like 99 presidents of neighborhoods.
Okay.
And those neighborhood presidents will make sure that our kids and us were so accountable. Literally, if we were down the street doing anything from being too loud, disrupting someone's garden, they would call our parents. They knew exactly what house you lived in. They knew who your parents were, and they could say something to us. And so it was a lot of accountability, but that was community. So we also had like parks in our neighborhood, and we had block parties and just like community, like door knocking. It was so much, and so like that was what we felt when we first got here.
And why do you think it has faded?
Yeah.
In the pan of 7 years.
Yeah. So like when I moved here, they were transitioning of mayor. So I didn't get this experience of any other mayor besides
And who was the mayor then?
When I got here, it was Skip Henderson. He was taking office.
Okay.
Like he was taking office.
Okay.
And so I've watched the numbers increase in crime. Like, so first it was actually in 2019, it may have been like, oh, like Columbus is on the low end of like crime and murders. And so every year it's increased. It's increased. If we go back
The
and
crime.
listen to crime and murders, and then the people got younger and younger. And remember, I'm coming in raising a kid, a boy, a black boy. And so I'm noticing that, like, oh, okay, they're down here at 13 now, dying and committing crimes, where the average age used to be 17, 18.
Yeah.
And so I watched that increase.
Well, take me back to when you were a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Let's go to the little Dr. Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. She was something.
What environment shaped who you are today?
Yeah.
Because I think to run for mayor and to be one of the only that I know of black women to ever run for mayor, there has to be a lot of pressure and a lot of eyeballs on you. So people are watching you.
Yeah.
You know, but people also have this false expectation of who they think you are.
Very
so
much.
tell me
Very
so
much.
tell me the little baby Dr. Brian, probably like give me like let's say like the 13-year-old, maybe the 15-year-old Dr. Brian. What environment shaped you who you are today?
So I have to start with, like, I can definitely get to the 13, 15, but the 4-year-old me is where it really starts. So I wasn't like this average, like, 4-year-old. So I was always academically ahead, and I did not have to go to kindergarten or first grade, but I chose to go because I wanted to be present with my sister. And so she was afraid to ride the school bus. And so I was like, well, I'll walk you up there. Let's go. And so, like, she's older than me. And so, like, as a 4-year-old, I was like, what's the problem? We're going. And so was already like leading the pack of like just advocacy and leading the pack of just like, you know, like we're not going to carry any fear. And so I would walk her to the bus and then go back home.
So you were strong.
Yeah.
And that's your older sister.
That was my older sister.
And any more siblings?
Yeah, I'm the baby, actually.
You're the baby of how many?
Of 5.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, so I'm the baby. Yeah.
Of 5? All girls or boys? Or
No, there's one older brother. He's like about 17 years older.
Wow.
Yeah, and the 2 older sisters are like 15 years and I think 13 years older.
So you're
and
the
that
baby
sister is
of
like
5.
18 months apart from me.
You're the baby of 5 children.
Yeah. And so I've always been this person
That's
that they
brave.
were just like, oh my goodness, we need to watch her. Because like we would have show and tell when I finally went to school, because I could have skipped, but I was like, I'm gonna go now. And so, which didn't work out in my favor because I got in trouble for talking all the time in class because I like was finished with my work in like a second. And so I bothered all the kids. And so I've always been a talker.
Okay. Same here. I've been a talker all my life.
Yeah.
So those moments and those environments shaped who you are. Really?
Yeah. And then also, like, I grew up in a predominantly white school, actually.
Okay.
For elementary school.
Okay.
And
remember the name of it?
Fultondale Elementary School.
Okay. Okay.
So I was a predominantly white school, but I was like on track and field and like in art and just
athletic.
like
Okay,
I ran
Dr.
track
B.
like I stopped running like after 12th grade.
Okay.
But yeah, so like pretty athletic and pretty like involved. And so we moved in with my grandmother my like middle school year, and I went to my first predominantly black school, like middle school years.
So you seem to have always been this bold leader.
Yeah.
Who taught you how to be a leader? What woman did you see, or maybe man, that you saw in your childhood that you wanted? You thought that's great leadership. I want to be like that one day.
I think it was all the stories that our family told. So my grandmother passed away about 4 or 5 years ago at 103. And so I had her all of my life.
Wow.
And my son did too. And so like she was born in like 1918, Birmingham, Alabama.
Come on.
And so like
she knows. She has seen a lot of things.
And my mom is the youngest of 11 kids. So like she also is forefront and center when they're like moving the children to the front during like you know the civil rights time. So those are the stories that like I grew up in. I grew up not just the stories, but here's the street it happened on. Here's the house we grew up in. Here is the bullet hole that came through. Here is the apron I wore. Here is this. So like that's my history. Like so even though I'm a millennial, like I was able to see like the drive, the surviving, the families, like what that did psychologically, socially, emotionally.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah. And so you were like learning things and soaking up things even at a young age.
Yeah.
You say you're millennium. How old are you?
44.
44. And all of your 44 years, did you ever think that you would be running for mayor?
I knew I would run for something. So
Okay.
I was like class president, and I was like in an
Of
SGA.
course you were.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I was always nominated for Miss Congeniality if I did do pageants or something like that. So I was the person that people would pick. And
For always.
Yeah. So like any high school like message is like, oh, Jakitra, like she'll do it, she'll say it. So I was the person.
Well, as somebody who is a woman, because let alone you being a black woman running for mayor, just being a woman being for mayor, that sometimes can be tough too, because there could be some things that people automatically think about you that are just not true. Yeah. What are some things that you think people misunderstand about you in this season that you're in right now in your life?
Yeah, I think people misunderstand like my readiness, like and it's their own bias.
And why do you think that?
Yeah, because it's inside Columbus. One thing I've saw in my 7 years, if you aren't a part of a certain group, then you didn't do anything. Like you haven't done anything. And that's totally opposite of how I live. Like I live this inclusive like life. So I'm in every group, meeting all people. And that was something that my mom actually, like kind of going back to that other question, that was something that my mom worried so much about. Like when I was in elementary school, we had show and tell, and I would like fix up a white Barbie doll and I would do her hair. And my mom was like, you need to take the black one. And I was like, but I spent all night doing her hair. And so to me, I was like, it was about like the aesthetics versus her complexion. And so like I went on, and my first boyfriend is actually like Cambodian Vietnamese. And so like everyone was like very like unique and different and inclusive. And he was Catholic, and and so it was like so much with that. And I always like intentionally, one of my like older best friends is albino. Like everyone is different ranges of age, and that's been on purpose for me. And so in this election, people have tried to corner me to be like, you're not doing enough for black women, or you're not doing enough for women, or like, hey, are you over here LGBTQ? Are you over here? And so it's just like this pool. But how do you handle all that? How do you handle the weight of being a woman running for mayor and then being a black woman that's running for mayor? Yeah. I show up in all of those spaces. So I made that commitment to myself about 4 years ago that like I only can be myself. So in my femininity, in my blackness, in my fashionista, in my intellect, none of and as a mom. So my son goes with me in canvassing. He goes like door knocking. He passes out flyers with me. I go to his school. I'm still on a PTO. Like, so I don't leave a role at home. I will wear kinky big hair.
Yeah. Which I love you. I seen a picture of you. You had like your hair, and it was like in a fro. I actually like fros. I'm telling you, if I could do one, I could do it. I'm letting you know right now. Do you think that Columbus is ready for a black woman to be mayor?
I think a percentage is. They're ready for definitely a new person, and they don't need a person that's like not settled or not inside of their authenticity. Like I think that is a part of it. There's too much where it's like, I gotta make this person okay. They need to be comfortable. But as a therapist, nobody that has came to see me ever has changed because they were comfortable.
And how long have you been in therapy?
16 years.
And
I worked with thousands of people.
Really?
Yeah.
So you understand the way the brain works in some way.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of mental state do you think, as a therapist, that Columbus is in right now?
I think they're traumatized. I think they're in bad shape, to be quite honest. Like, and I say that with compassion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Why do you say that?
Yeah. When we see all these projections, when someone's like, I need you to be more black, that's about them, not me. I'm extremely comfortable in every intersectionality. When someone's saying women are going to be too emotional, that's them. That's not me. That's their bias. That's mental health. And so like the mental health isn't doing good when people are saying this is about blacks and this is about whites in the race. That's their like trauma. That's their fear. Those are microaggressions. All of that's mental health. So Columbus is not doing well.
And how do we get well?
Yeah, one is like we've heard myths saying you got to talk about the elephant in the room. So you got to talk about the elephant in the room. And there's a bunch of elephants in Columbus's rooms.
Okay.
And so we got to talk about it. And so like the fact that there is like a shame around mental health conversations is not okay. Like there needs to be more, because mental health is still a stigma, but it shames people into not getting help. That's for substance abuse. We have like some drug issues here in Columbus.
When you say drug issues, like give me, because the normal citizen will hear that and say, well, we've always had drug issues. But in your experience, noticing that we have drug issues, what do you mean? Like, has it inclined or declined, or what? What do you mean?
Well, we have a lot of people on drugs. So we have the meth is at a huge rise. And so
how do people determine that? Like, is there like a number or how do they know what the percentage is for the people who do meth here? How do you know that?
Yeah. So you can take a couple of polls on it. So like surveys. So if you do, like I help with Point in Time, which is like where they go and count the homeless. So in those surveys, one of the questions do ask like, do you need substance abuse help? And so those can be taken. And then there are like SAMHSA, which is like, I can't remember what SAMHSA stands for, but SAMHSA is like kind of governing resources and things with substance abuse. And so they're constantly taking like polls and looking at where like it's more saturated in certain areas.
So if Columbus,
what trend of drug, like the opioid crisis, we've been in that for a while.
Got it. So if Columbus has a drug issue that you just stated, how do we fix this drug issue in Columbus?
Yeah. So one is I don't believe in like what I call the grounded system. And so like literally when we used to get grounded, and we all know what happened, we got grounded. We were still sneaking on the phones. We were still trying to go out. It did not work. It didn't work. So like right now Columbus is on a let's take everything away. Let's like, let's like not have like things open. And maybe that's going to shut the town down. No, that doesn't ever help. Like you got isolated minds and you didn't give them resources. So one way to help is you have to give resources. So there are several resources available for opioid crisis today. Like the federal government is offering billions of dollars for people to put in resources of reentry, put in resources of mental health, housing, jobs.
And how do you know it's $1 billion though?
I do a lot of looking at it and research.
Okay.
And what's out there and what's not, like what's not available here and how it's not being used or not even coming down here. And so there's just like we're in Columbus, just in LaGrange and in Noonan, not even in Grange, but Noonan, like they are a part of an opioid treatment that they were partnering with individuals and organizations to help allocate funds and subcontract people so that they can address services right next door.
And we're just not getting.
We're not
services.
getting it. Yeah. So
and the reason we're not getting it is because of what? Why are we not?
I think like lack of like. I looked at this. I was like, is it compassion or competence? And so I think it's a combo.
That's
of
such a
both.
doctor question to ask.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always studying.
And so you think it's a combination of both?
Yeah.
Okay, but my thing is, if we have people in office now who are supposed to be serving the people and know about this information, maybe they don't, but they do, right? Why are they not servicing this information to people who are in need?
Yeah.
You said you think it's a combination of both, but give me a real answer. Like, what do you think the real answer is? Because it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it benefits people to kind of. Okay, so in my observation, it appears to benefit people to
hold information? Not
really hold information, but benefit people to actually like not service a certain set of people. And so like I feel like we have an overdevelopment happening in just 3 blocks and we have nothing happening in the rest of the city. And so there's a benefit. Like there's no reward.
Are you saying that people are getting monetary benefit, or what do you mean?
I think they're getting monetary benefits, and then also there's a reward. Like, so when we look at cost and like analysis with benefits and what it's costing us, if like with South Side and East Side, to them or to a set of people, there may be not a return on their investment because that's where crime is up. That's where they see most like poor education. That's where they see like more people who may be more urban, and just like a lot of that is happening, or just lack of caring of oneself. So it doesn't seem like that's a good return on your investment. But downtown, where we see it's very, populated, and lots of people at coffee shops, and people are always trying to get their businesses there.
Right.
That seems like a good return. And so, like, I think it's a gamble with people, but that never works either. Like, you never keep an area very desolate and poor and think that
nobody's going to say something.
Yeah.
But Dr. Bryant, and I have to play devil's advocate here because I know people are thinking it. What makes you think that you bringing your voice and flavor to the race and to the office, that you're going to be able to change that? Because the question here is, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been little small changes in Columbus, but I think they just satisfy those people who want, right? But so what makes you think that you can change all of these issues that you have seen?
Yeah. So,
and people are going to question you only been here for 7 years. People are going to question that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the reasons I looked at was this competence or compassion. And so competence is the ability to know what to do and how to put something in place. Well, like, I've worked with, just in my profession as a counselor, like thousands of people with what that looks like when you keep leaving it behind, and how that impacts like your ability to just show up at work or even work, and your choices with drugs and school. And so I know that from a psychological level, social emotional level, what that looks like if you don't address. And I also have helped hundreds of people address those very issues and go on and go to grad programs, like be CEOs, work for other mayors of other cities, run for city office themselves. Like, and then my business side of my PhD in leadership, I study systems. So my research is on disparities in education, disparities in communities, disparity gaps. I know what that looks like heavily.
So that makes you qualified to fix the issues and systems that are broken in Columbus.
Yes. Knowing what to do and to put in place and where. And so all the initiatives I wrote have been based on listening and then taking research, but also knowing what's needed.
What do you believe is the greatest opportunities in Columbus?
Yeah, I think the people, no matter which side of town they on, they are your opportunity. And so, investing into them. I invested in my son when we first came here. 10-year-old, wasn't drawing, didn't, know what he wanted to do or what, what that looked like for him. And I'm that mom that never says, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't believe that that's my role. I actually believe you identify and you find yourself. And so in it, he went on and became an artist and now is in a fine arts school graduating with honors from a magnet program.
Wow.
And just got accepted to SCAD.
Is he at, your son just got accepted to SCAD?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth,
yeah. Yeah.
And he's at Mulroney? You said?
He's at Rainy McCullers.
Wow, I love that.
Got in as a junior, which is very rare. You normally don't get in past your sophomore year. But he had really great abilities of natural talent. And that was me cultivating it. So he's a product now of here, of what happens when you move him to a good path.
I see.
And to a school that actually brings out what's already in him. Then they will choose. They will go. They will glow. And he's also in Teen Advisors, which is an organization that helps just make sure there's no teen left behind in every school.
I love that. Okay, if elected, what's the
We're
first?
Not okay, go ahead.
Okay. When and if you are elected, 3 priorities that you will face or you will want to fix. What are they?
Yeah, so when I'm elected, the 3 priorities is 1, this city struggles with trust and connection and accountability and transparency. So I want to put in a mayor's tracker. So it's working beautifully in Baltimore, Maryland right now, today. And so I actually want to do a live tracker through an app as well as visible on a website. This allows for trust to be built, transparency, and what am I doing? What have I not done? How much money am I spending? And how much is left of what I promised? So there's no guessing games. And then partnering with like local schools to do that. Kendrick, partnering with other software engineers, artists, website designers to make this happen right here in this community. And then other priorities is I noticed that there is just like a huge rise in just like crime, of course.
Okay.
And so I want to put in some evidence-based like programming to address that. No more we're collecting drugs and collecting like people and mass incarceration, but what can we do to provide actual services inside of the community, such as mentorship, making sure teen advisors and programs like enrichment services is accessible and known right there in the community. Because if you give the people what they need, they don't have to go and rob it, take it, and just, do all that stuff for it.
That's good, Dr. Bryant. I like that.
And so that's two. And the third one is I just posted this, so I'm going to mention that. City-owned grocery stores. Like, I don't like seeing, like, the Piggly Wiggly. Not no
Please,
offense
Lord,
against if
don't
you
put,
like.
Lord, no. We don't want no shade with Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah. I was like, not to say that something's wrong with them. They can stay, not trying to get rid of anybody. But city-owned grocery stores are actually healthier, and they partner with local farmers, and they partner with just like, people are building gardens in their backyard.
Right.
So this allows them to, one, bring their produce in healthier, and like the community can profit from these. And it's not the third party middleman that's taking the taxes and the extra money. Like, it's actually sold more at like a lower value. So city-owned grocery stores is something I really like to put in on several sides of town.
Okay. And these are your three priorities.
There's a lot of priorities.
But these are your three.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that. I got crime. I got cleaning up the internal parts of everybody.
Right. I really like I like the part that you said about the this app and keeping communication with the mayor and having accountability. I love that. That's so nice and so good. What is something in Columbus the people of Columbus have accepted as normal?
Yeah. Lack of accountability. That this is how it is. It's always going to be this way. That there is no say-so. Their voices don't matter. And because of that, like, we've watched like so much wasteful money happen. And so particularly like with audits, they'll spend about $600,000 to do an audit, to take the information, to do nothing with the audit. And so their people are questioning, but where is the money? What are we doing with the money? And there's no response back. And so that's one of the
Which is probably why this mayor tracker you want to implement in your three priorities. Okay.
Yeah. I want to let them know this is not normal. It's not normal to be this secretive, especially when we're talking about city like involvement.
It's so sad that there's so much information out there that people have researched that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And I know you said because they benefit from it, but it's almost like, man, I guess my question as a citizen is, how long have they benefited from it? And what are they benefit from it?
Yeah.
Or benefiting from it? Because that will determine why the secret is so big.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it makes you wonder what else is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of responsibility in being mayor. And what do you think are responsibilities, if you can say some that you haven't said, that this office, this city council has not addressed at all? They've never addressed that they should address.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question. I was literally thinking about that today. I was like, every time I'm writing something, I get this pushback. They're like, mayors can't do that. Mayors can't do that. And I go, you've been gaslit so long that you don't even know or have not even seen what a mayor can do. It's so much like, I'm going to consult with somebody, or like, oh, we'll push that behind and we'll do these other priorities.
Right.
That no, there are multiple cities making grand movement in taxes, in city-owned grocery stores, in reduction in crime. Multiple cities. The mayor's office, in homelessness. But that's not the case for our city.
And why?
Yeah, I think that's where the benefit is. The benefit is if like it's I hate to say the saying, the social class of things, but the rich get richer, poor get poor. And people have benefited off that for years. And what's the old saying? If you want to know something, put it in a book.
Yes.
And so like that whole like saying is that I'm going to keep hiding this information and I'm going to keep making people believe this is all you get. And if this is all you get, then you're going to eventually leave me alone. Let me be.
One of the biggest arguments in this mayor debate from the citizens is jobs and economic growth. What is your response to that, or what are your solutions to ensuring that people will get jobs and economic growth and even safety? What is your response to that?
Yeah, like to get economic growth and jobs, one is we have to support the small businesses here. And so I was looking on another mayor's page, and not in Columbus, the mayor's in another city, and that mayor on his page in Baltimore had so much information for your small business owner. For your business owner, he had tax credits, incentives, small business like grants that they can get right on his page, not disconnected, not someone else's.
Not a city's page, but his page.
His page. He had resources to keep you present, to make sure that you're there. His development that he had for leadership was cultivating the people right here. He had a paid leadership program. They don't got it paid here. Now, there's gatekeeping here, but a paid leadership to invite you in so that you can become an entrepreneur. You can become more a product of just good, healthy, sustainable leadership ethics, and then blossom. Maybe open up your own business from there, or like take it back to your sites. And so I think a lot of things that's missing here that makes it where there's lack of job opportunity is there's a disconnect, like from different sides of town and who does what. Like I was mentioning the other day about 706 Social. Like it's downtown on Broadway. I've used that business twice for vending. And so already for twice for vending. And then I've gone to a photography event there. 706 Social is all about having other vendors come in. And it's literally an eclectic environment of just multiple entrepreneurs in that one spot, supporting one another.
Let's talk about this data center because everybody's on the fence about it, and then some people are for it. Do you believe this data center is for Columbus?
No, I'm totally against it. I'm not on the fence at all.
Okay.
We're off the fence on the other side of it.
Okay, tell me why.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of backdoor deals. I'm not a fan of like people just like intruding on your space. I actually have Canvas and Door Knock Upitoy and Midland and like some beautiful neighbors, from people like inviting me in to have eggs and giving me eggs and just like
I love eggs.
Yeah. And just walking me back there to the creek that they were trying to cut in on. So like I've been back there. I've been with the families who they're invading with. Not one neighbor is in support of it. I live somewhere else, but that's their back door. And so if it's one person's back door, to me, it should be everyone's back door. And so
you are against the data center.
I'm against it. Yeah. I'm against it I'm actually like endorsed by Georgia conservation voters, and Georgia and by the way, it was only 2 mayors candidates in the entire state of Georgia, Athens, Georgia mayor and me, that were even endorsed. Everyone else is on state Senate level.
Okay.
And so so really big, important. So they're all about policy and making sure clean energy and renewable energy is present, making sure that like if a data center does get here, then it's going to be like responsibly done and that the right policies are in place.
So I guess what I'm saying is, I'm trying to say is that you're not opposed to the data center. You're just opposed to what it's about.
I am opposed to this hyperscale data center because like the bill,
But let's say if it was a data center that was right,
yeah,
you would be.
No, I wouldn't like it. No, like
Okay.
I don't need more research. I think a lot of people are still collecting.
But I wonder what's the benefit of the data center.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've actually asked for open records from the clerk's office for them to tell me when I ask, like, what is your revenue from here? What is your incentive? What's the tax abatement? Tell me some utility like analysis that
Did you get it?
No, I got a message back of here's your bill for $1,200, and that we don't hold this information at the CCG. And I'm like, that's not true, because in the ordinance of the zoning, the clerk signs off on it.
So if you're not for the data center, then what development or industries do you think Columbus should be investing in?
Yeah, I think they first should invest within the people that's already here and keeping them from leaving. Kirkland's left. Now we know Kirkland's.
I know.
That's the same thing like Macy's. Macy's is like literally leaving in multiple places.
Kirkland's hurt.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So all those places are leaving. You're not like investing right here enough. And so like the analogy I can give is almost like you want a brand new home, but you're not cleaning your room. So like,
That's like a mom answer.
I know. Where are we going with that?
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. So what you're saying is we don't take care of what we have.
Yeah.
But we also don't invest and to make it better.
Right.
But
we don't make it accessible so that people can actually get the tax incentives, tax credits right here so they can stay. Like I watched Witt's Custards leave. The lady who worked there, the owner, was beautiful. Like her like environment was super eclectic. My son and I love going there. It's gone. It's a franchise. You should not be losing franchise.
But what do you say to people who say, well, we've done a lot of things in the community. They got downtown that's kind of revamped a little bit. They just spent millions of dollars on this baseball field for this baseball team. And like, what do you say to people that say, well, we have done things for the community, or we have done things to make Columbus look beautiful?
I can say you have for 3 blocks. Show me the other part of the city. Like everything you named is 3 blocks. Also with the intention of them trying to build a hotel next to the Trade Center. It's still right there. They've not left that block. And so like I was telling someone else in like a forum, I was like, I don't know what type of results someone believes they're going to get when you have another side of town watching. And one, you haven't given them good mental health support. That's one of my issues. You haven't given them good mental health support. How long do you expect someone to sit still, quiet, and not say, when is my turn?
Yeah. What does servant leadership look like in your, through your opinion?
Yeah, servant leadership looks like advocacy, and it looks like being present. And so, through advocacy is the only way you can really be present, and then even knowing what the needs are, like being right in their face. So earlier I mentioned about like going to Ubatoy and walking their background and their grounds with them. Like we go out there, we're in the backyard. They're inviting us and asking, would we like some fresh eggs? Because that's the offer back. Because I came. That was their servanthood as well. And so being present, listening.
And people are not doing that here.
No, they can't be listening because they said they didn't want a data center.
And they're making plans to try to do it.
They're making plans to do it. They're like, okay, no one's talking.
Lord Jesus. If and when elected, what's a decision that you already know you're going to make that not too many people are going to agree with?
When I become elected, we're going to have to get a more diverse team.
Okay.
Like involved in City Hall.
And what do you mean by diverse? You mean like
diverse
black and white, or you mean like young and old?
I mean all. Like the pastors to the young Gen Zs, to a grandmother, to a mother, a single mother, to a person with LGBTQ, to a black male that is like highly educated in research, to an esthetician. I mean, all. I mean, like your wall, like heaven, all. Like there's no diversity. And when you have no diversity,
Yep.
you have like what we have now. We have one group setting their priorities, and we have multiple groups being left behind.
And that's important. All is important because it insinuates what to the public?
Yeah, it insinuates that they are represented. So I'm the first Black woman to come to step on a ballot. But my goal
in the mayor's
is,
role.
As a mayor's role,
yeah. The mayor's role.
As the mayor's role. But my goal is a Latina comes behind me, a Muslim comes behind me, a LGBTQ
to run for mayor.
To run for mayor. That like this was literally a just like the first leap type of thing. But everyone comes behind me because they're like, oh my goodness, I can see myself there too.
So since you have put your name on the dotted line to be a candidate for mayor here in the city of Columbus, what is some criticism that you face that just took you off guard or took you by surprise that that would even matter to people?
Since I immediately came into the race without anyone knowing me or looking into like my background, I was faced with, she's not ready. She's not ready. Like, she hasn't done enough. Like, you need to serve here first. And so it was like a wait your turn moment.
But do you not think those are valid reasons?
No, not at all. I have a whole PhD.
Okay. So, but
$299,000 student loan. Yeah.
but no, that's so funny. I'm so glad you said that. But do you? So when I hear people say that, I hear them say, "I just don't know her like I know other people on the city that's running." What do you say to that?
Yeah, I say
because it's hard.
Yeah,
in this town, it's hard to try new things. As you've been mentioning this whole interview, we can't even get one side of the town right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's what do you say to people who are saying that you're not ready or that you're not qualified because they don't know who you are?
Yeah. I gently let them know that, okay, you may not have heard like some of the things I've done. And then so some of that may be my fault. Like I am actually moving and doing things and not photoshopping, taking pictures or video. And I'm actually moving and I've gone to the next, like even after this, there's like 3 more things to do. And so in a whole like week lined up and I may have gotten 2 photos. And so like, it looks like you may not have seen me there.
I see.
But I'm in multiple spaces. And so I've not ever been the person that is, let's grab a photo for it. I'm the person that's like probably behind fixing everyone's lunch to make sure that everyone who is like in the community has something. And so you would have missed me. And so so I have to let people know. And then so I'm doing better with like naming like all of these moments. For the sake of like, this seems to be something that people need comfort in. And so it's not breaking one of my values, so I don't mind. I'll take a picture too. So, but I'm doing better with just naming that. And when I do, there's a lot of momentum that comes because people are just like, oh, you're like qualified.
Yeah, I do think that people underestimate the power of knowledge. And they think that you have to be in this role or you have to have had to be in this role to be qualified. It's so ridiculous to think that way, honestly, because it kind of shelters us to what Columbus could be or what anything could be. How do you handle pressure when it comes? Yeah. How do you handle that?
Yeah. Well, I'm really like true to who I am. And then that's one of the ways I'm eliminating pressure. So I understand when someone's projecting something and when that's like not my stuff, I'm just like, that's about the people that let them down for the past like 10, 20, 30 years. That's not about me. Because the other sentence, they just said they know me. Yeah. So like you can't know me and blame me at the same time. Yeah. So I like really just don't, I have a really good boundary. And so, which I think is extremely new for a lot of people. I actually will say, hey, that's against my boundary. That's not something I'm about to go say or do or go. And we'll stick to and own it. Yeah. And so that's one of the ways I don't allow the projections, the pressure to even come to me. I think I come off as this kind person. And I'm kind, But, the Capricorn in me is about her business.
I believe it.
Yeah.
No, I believe that. I believe that. Win or lose, what do you hope your legacy will be?
Yeah. I hope, just like when I was mentioning earlier, that other women, other men of all these multiple intersectionalities say, I can do that too. I can help lead my city. Because pretty much that's what, this role that I've taken on, that I can lead my city with my background, with my walk, with my bushy hair, with my bold red lipstick, with my sneakers on,
Right.
that I can.
Right.
And so that other people
With donuts,
see themselves.
come on.
Right.
Donuts.
That
Thank
other
you,
people see
Jesus.
themselves in it as well.
Right, right.
And so that we take this lens off of what a politician looks like and what a person who helps and serves looks like.
What's your hope for your son? Because I know he's watching, and I know he probably has opinions about stuff, and he probably has ideas of what he thinks Columbus should be too.
Yeah.
What do you think? Where's your hope for him as his mommy?
Yeah, he actually was the person who encouraged me to run.
Really?
Yeah, he says we need more Black women. Yeah, and I was like, we do.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
what's your hope for him as a mommy?
My hope for him is that when he blossoms and marries and he looks for a woman who is herself and he continues to really just reach out to his friends and mentors and encourage them to be very connected and involved through civic engagement. I think we are losing a lot of our youth. And so for a youth person to see themselves reflected as possible and to also see that they have an important role is basically what he's been able to see is, I think, what Columbus is really missing.
Sure.
The youth can't see themselves apart. And he's been able to. And so I hope that he carries that message.
Well, little Bryant, I've had so much fun talking to you. I hope that the people understand you in this interview, and I hope that if and when you win, that you do exactly what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what Columbus will look like in the next 10 years.
Yes, cleaned up.
Okay, well, I'm excited. Will you still be involved if you don't win, or will you still be?
People ask me that question all the time, and so I'm going to be here. I've been here.
Okay. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not going. Now I'm gonna be visiting Savannah a lot because
Sure.
my son will be down there.
Sure.
And so I actually most likely will be heading on up to legislation also.
Okay.
So this is not my stop.
Okay.
And so I did not mention it, but I wrote a law before, and I've been a part of 2 other bills that have made it to legislation and got sponsored. So I know what really needs to change here is some laws and some real policies. So I'll be continuing to write laws, so that real change can happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me, Dr. B.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Brought to you by MSW Productions.